In August 2018, a horrifying case unfolded in the quiet suburb of Frederick, Colorado, one that would shock the entire nation and stain the name of a seemingly perfect family man. This is the chilling true story of the Chris Watts family murders, a case of lies, betrayal, and unimaginable tragedy.
Crime Zone 7. Crime Zone 7.
Christopher Watts appeared to be a devoted husband and father. He lived in a beautiful 5-bedroom home with his wife, Shannon Watts, and their 2 young daughters, Bella, 4, and Celeste, 3. To the outside world, they were the picture of a happy, thriving family. Shannon was active on social media, often posting about her love for her husband and daughters. She worked as a brand promoter for a health and wellness company and was known for her bright personality.
It said it was delivered, and I had to open it. And sure enough, hold on, I'll bring you guys over. You gotta check this out. It's here. Look at all that candy cane.
Chris worked for Anadarko Petroleum Corporation and came across as quiet and easygoing. But behind the smiles, something was very wrong. On August 13, 2018, Shannon, who was 15 weeks pregnant with their 3rd child, a boy they had already named Nico, was reported missing, along with Bella and Celeste. A friend, concerned after not hearing from Shannon and noticing missed appointments, contacted the police.
I texted. Her car's in the garage. Her shoes she wears every single day right in the front door.
She only has one vehicle?
No, they only have the one vehicle in his work truck.
Okay, that's what I'm asking.
There's
There's not a...
The girls and went on a play date, but they're 4 and 2. She went on a play date. Why wouldn't she take in a car? They're both in car seats.
When officers arrived at the Watts home, they found no signs of struggle, but Shannon's phone, purse, and medications were still in the house. Chris appeared on the local news, pleading for his family's safe return.
Chris Watts, W-A-T-T-S.
Wow. What's going on right now around your house?
Right now you got K-9 units, the sheriff's department. Everybody's like they're doing their best right now to figure out like if they can get a scent, see where they went. If they went on foot, they went in a car, they went somewhere. And right now it's just like they've been on point. They're going through the house trying to get a scent, and hopefully they can pick something up to where it's going to lead to something.
What happened? Your wife came home. Tell me what's...
She came home from the airport 2 a.m. and I left around 5:15. She was still here, and like about 12:10 in that afternoon, her friend Nicole showed up at the door. Like I had texted Shannon a few times that day, called her, say what's going on. Like because after I called her and texted her once, it's like maybe she was just busy. Like she'd just gotten back. Like everybody's probably calling her from her trip. She just got back from Arizona, and I figured she was just busy. But when her friend showed up,
but viewers noticed something odd. His body language was cold. His words felt rehearsed. The police noticed it too.
I mean, right now I don't even want to just like throw anything out there. Like I hope that she's somewhere safe right now and with the kids. But I mean, could she just taken off? I don't know. But if somebody has her and they're not safe, like I want them back now. Like that's what's in my head. Like if they're safe right now, they're gonna come back. But if they're not safe right now, that's the not knowing part. Like if they're not safe, last night I had every light in the house on. I was hoping that I would just ran over by the kids running in the door and just like barrel rushing me, but it didn't happen. And it was just a traumatic night trying to be here.
I'm gonna ask some kind of tough questions about your relationship with your kids.
Yeah, my kids are my life. I mean, those smiles light up my life. And there's like, I mean, last night, like during when they usually eat dinner, it was just like I missed them. Like, I mean, I missed telling them, hey, you got to eat that or you're not going to get your dessert, and just like you're not going to get your snack after. I missed that. Like I missed them, cuddle up on their couches. They have like a Minnie Mouse couch and a Sophia couch that they cuddle up on and watch, Bubble Guppies or something. And it was just like, I was.
To you, like,
just like if they need to get on a flight, just let them know, because I mean they feel helpless right now because they're on the opposite side of the country. I mean, Colorado is, I mean, you can't just drive around and look. I mean, it's just like you wouldn't really know what you're looking for. That's what the cops pretty much told me. That first day I was like, I want to get out and drive around this. You wouldn't know what to look for.
Last couple questions. What does law enforcement, what have the police or the sheriffs or your neighbors, is anybody, what's police saying to you?
Right now, this is what they're doing right now is with the canines in the sense. I think this is the biggest thing. This is the biggest thing they've done so far, because yesterday Frederick Police Department did all the searching of the house and tried to gather whatever information they could. And with the detectives, officers, and sergeants, and today it's, I mean, obviously with all the activity that's around, there's a lot going on around here, and I really hope that all of this can lead to something positive.
What did your neighbors, did they see anything? Did your neighbors see anything?
No, like the police department went door to door asking, like, cameras and everything, just like nothing.
And my last question, if you have any though, so feel free to step in. My last question is, if your wife can see this, if she can watch these, what would you like to tell your wife and your kids?
Shanann, Bella, Celeste, if you're out there, just come back. Like, if somebody has her, just please bring her back. I need to see everybody. I need to see everybody again. This house is not complete without anybody here. Please bring her back.
That's it. I can take that mic off you.
In the days that followed, the investigation intensified. Chris initially denied any involvement, but inconsistencies in his story began to surface. Authorities found out that Chris was having an affair with a coworker, a woman named Nicole Kessinger. He had told her that he was in the process of separating from Shanann. In the early interviews, Chris appeared calm, cooperative, and eager to help. He spoke in a measured tone, claiming he had no idea where his family was. But something didn't sit right with investigators.
You're not giving them their medicine. You're not waking up with them in the morning.
I know this.
So that should cause you pain.
It does cause me pain.
But I don't see that. I don't see that. I want to see the Chris that cares. I want to see the Chris that, feels bad about what he did and wants to, get this off his chest and be done with this. And let us find your little girls so that they're not out there in the middle of a field or whatever somewhere. Like, don't do that.
I love those girls to death.
Then show us that. Show us that. Show us this Chris, not this Chris.
I'm not showing you that Chris. I'm showing you the Chris that cares about his girls and his wife. Just because I haven't shed a tear, it shouldn't make you feel like that the love isn't there for them.
It's weird. It doesn't make sense to me.
I understand that.
You have to.
I totally see where you're coming from. Trust me, there's nothing. Just because
Chris, people can be pushed to the point where they do something that they regret. It happens every single day.
I know.
But part of what makes you a man is the guy that goes.
His body language was off. He avoided eye contact, gave shallow answers, and showed a startling lack of emotion. The turning point came on August 15th, 2018, just 2 days after the disappearance, when Chris agreed to take a polygraph test. The results were, in the examiner's words, not good. When confronted with the fact that he had failed the test, Chris's composed demeanor began to crack. FBI agent Graham Coder and Colorado Bureau of Investigation agent Tammy Lee pushed Chris gently but persistently. Their approach was methodical, not aggressive, but empathetic. They urged him to tell the truth, suggesting that they believed he had snapped, maybe in a moment of passion or emotional breakdown. Chris finally asked to speak to his father, Ronnie Watts, alone. What followed was one of the most chilling moments ever captured in a police interrogation room.
Chris, help us work through this with you, okay?
She was in there with her. On top of her. Freaked out. I ran in there and got on top of her.
Where were you at?
Right there. Right back in our bed. Sure.
In your bed? Okay. What happened next?
I don't know what to do. I have no idea what to do. I'm shaking. Like both my kids are blue and they're gone. And I'm just like blind, I'm not that person, like, I'm just like, she hurt my kids. Like I had to do the same thing to her.
What happened after she was in your bed?
And there, I didn't know what to do. She's back and just cover her up.
With the cameras still rolling, Chris confessed in a quiet, almost emotionless voice. But his first story wasn't the whole truth. He claimed he had only killed Shannon, and only after he had seen her strangle their daughters in a fit of rage. It was a lie meant to protect his image, but it wouldn't last long. In a later interview, after his arrest, Chris admitted the full truth. He murdered Shannon in their bed, and then smothered his 2 young daughters as he drove their lifeless mother's body to a remote oil field owned by his employer.
Planes to secrete away the remains of his family in a place that he hoped they would never be found. In one final measure of disrespect for the family he once had, he ensured that they would not be together, even in death, or so he thought. He disposed of them in different locations. He buried Shanann and Nico in a shallow grave away from the oil tanks. Bella and Celeste were thrown away in the oil tanks at this facility. Different tanks, so these little girls wouldn't be together in death.
He dumped Shanann's body in a shallow grave and placed the 2 girls' bodies in separate oil tanks. Chris Watts was charged with multiple counts of first-degree murder and ultimately sentenced to 5 life sentences without the possibility of parole.
As follows. With regard to count number 1, murder in the first degree as it relates to Shanann Watts, the court is going to sentence you, sir, to a life sentence in the Colorado Department of Corrections, followed with no possibility of parole. And that is going to run consecutively to all but counts 3 and 4. With regard to count 2, as it relates to murder in the first degree with Bella, the court is going to sentence you to life in the Colorado Department of Corrections with no possibility of parole. With regard to count number 3, the court is going to sentence you as it relates to Celeste to life in the Colorado Department of Corrections with no possibility of parole. With regard to counts 4 and 5 relating to Bella and Celeste as a different theory of first-degree murder, the court is going to sentence you to life in the Colorado Department of Corrections, and legally those sentences must run concurrently as a different theory of first-degree murder. Recognizing the unlawful termination of pregnancy for the unborn child that has been named Nico, the court absolutely believes that the maximum sentence of 48 years would be appropriate to run consecutive to the other charges.
The motive? Chris claimed he wanted to start a new life with his mistress and saw his family as an obstacle. Instead of seeking a divorce, he chose the path of destruction. In November 2018, Chris Watts pleaded guilty to multiple counts of first-degree murder and was sentenced to 5 life sentences without the possibility of parole, 3 consecutively and 2 concurrently. He also received additional time for unlawful termination of a pregnancy and for tampering with a deceased human body. He is currently serving his sentence in a maximum security prison. The case has left a lasting impact. It inspired books, documentaries, and the 2020 Netflix documentary American Murder. The Family Next Door, which used social media posts, police bodycam footage, and interrogation tapes to tell the story. What made this case particularly haunting was the contrast between the family's public image and the hidden darkness inside their home. Shanann's videos and posts painted a portrait of love and family life, while Chris was leading a double life, planning something unthinkable. The Chris Watts family murders remain one of the most disturbing crimes in recent American history, not just because of the brutality, but because of the betrayal. A wife, 2 innocent children, and an unborn baby, all taken by the very man who was supposed to protect them. This case serves as a tragic reminder. Sometimes the worst monsters are the ones who wear the mask of normalcy. If you found this video informative, please like and subscribe for more true crime stories. Let us know in the comments, what do you think drove Chris Watts to commit such a horrific act? And do you believe justice was truly served? Drop your views in the comment section. See you in the next murder case, where we will be posting once or twice a week.